Hello and welcome everyone, it is me, the Lover, also known as How to do this back for you with another video, and with the most often announced Q&A. I was lucky enough to get a box of Rage of the Abyss from a friend for my birthday, so that is very nice. Shoutouts to you if you're watching this, because I think you did mention that you were gonna maybe tune into this, but yeah. I'm going to dig through this box. I have the question pulled up on my second monitor and will, answer these as I go along. I don't think those will cover the whole box, but afterwards, it's just a pack opening video and you can stay for the questions. But while I do, start digging into this box of Rage of the Abyss, because usually these Q&As are pretty much timed with the channel hitting some sort of milestone. This time it is 800 subscribers, which I am of course insanely grateful for. I've mentioned this at the end of, a couple of the sealed only Morphtronics videos. Just an insane amount of just gratitude to you guys for, following my silly self, play, Morphtronics on the internet, and, see where that kind of takes me. It's crazy. I'm just a niche guy with, the personality of here's my favorite deck, and it's crazy that 800 of you are already here following me. So huge thanks to you for that. But yeah, let's get into some packs and into some questions. The first of which comes from the man, the myth, the legend, my good friend, the Stormseeker. Which is first lol. Locals again next year, maybe even the PTCG ones. They fit in the gap of the Friday Yu-Gi-Oh! And Sunday Yu-Gi-Oh! With a placement on Saturday. Oh, Sacred Azamino. That's kind of cool. Maybe. We'll have to see. With me going back to college, of course, my schedule is a bit tighter than before. So that's going to be a bit of, an adventure to try and fit that in. But I wouldn't be against it if I find the time. I of course have to worry about picking up a Pokemon deck first. So that's a thing, yeah. But otherwise, maybe, yeah. Could happen, could not happen. I guess we'll just have to, wait and see how that works out. Then we have Bait154. If I could design a Morphtronic monster based on a household item, what would it be? Bonus points for, any details on the card. As someone who does enjoy cooking in their, free time when I'm not grinding Master Duel, doing whatever, it'd probably be some form of, like, kitchen appliance. Like a microwave, maybe an oven if that's like even realistic, or if that's like, too big to be a Morphtronic. Hey, an Ilya Silvera. Might need one or two of those at one point. So it'd probably be like a kitchen appliance. And otherwise, I've been quite vocal about this. Be it on just social media or on some videos, I would kill for like a like viable option in terms of like Morphtronic builds that's just like make Power Tool braver and a couple like value links, maybe like a Silo Hat and like an IP alongside it. Just like fairly low ceiling boards for the deck, but that does have like a bit more grind game, so it'd probably be something that enables that style of deck a bit more, just something like a free recurable body maybe, that kind of, think of it like a fixed Scannon, maybe something that you can recur from the graveyard, like you banish a Morphtronic and then you can special it, like a banish a Morphtronic from the grave, and then you can banish it from hand or grave back to the field. And then it has like an attack position effect that grabs you like a Morphtronic spell trap, potentially a spell trap that mentions a Morphtronic monster. That way you can also grab something like Junk Box, so it's not also, not completely useless in like more combo heavy builds. But, be like a high level Morphtronic that's recurable, potentially gets you to a tuner each turn, so you can make easily make a braver each turn, and a couple like oh, a Moa Regina. I don't think this is a good card, but it is a ultra rare, so that's kind of cute. But yeah, something that like helps enable like a you could say more mid-rangey playstyle for the deck. I know it's very hard from previous experience to take like the wombo combo aspects out of the deck, but just you know, a bit, you know, something else to do. Oh, the new Xian Synchro. Definitely not playing 6 Sams anytime soon, but that's kind of cool. So yeah, that'd probably be it. You know, like recurable big body. Think of it like Redox if it was a Morphtronic monster. You know, and then also has like an upside like searching. Still, funnily enough, need Armed Rebellion because I failed to order these. Oh, some Mimikghosts. That's kind of cool. And then it has like ways to grab, you know, Morphtronic spell traps, so that way you have easy access to like a Braver each turn. So you can play like a mid-range playstyle with like Braver each turn and, you know, a couple, you know, non-engine pieces. That'd be pretty cool. I would kind of kill for that. Next up, we have Legend of Eon. I hope I am pronouncing. I hope I'm like separating these words correctly. Do excuse my inability to read. I am a Yu-Gi-Oh player. Ooh. The new Goblin by Caliber 6. What if Morphtronic Scopen had a rework, or they made a new Morphtronic with its effect? While in attack position, you special summon a level 4 or higher Morphtronic, and while in defense, you special a level 3 or lower Morphtronic from either hand or grave. I assume that either is for both effects. I mean, that'd be a crazy piece of extension. No questions asked. Oh, Grand Breakout. Goblin Biker, Grand Escape. Be a crazy piece of extension. Like, no questions asked, I think. Scopen is a card I do kind of dearly miss, but it's just like way too niche because it requires like a lot of specific deck building that the deck just can't afford at the moment or anymore. So that's unfortunate, but this would of course be, you know, hey, nice White Forest card. Be like a pretty sick fucking card. Like not a whole lot to add there. Has like a similar interaction with Celfon as, you know, Telephone does, where you can, you know, reveal it off a Celfon, link off the Celfon, summon the Celfon back off of this guy's effect, and then, you know, keep extending into whatever you please. So yeah, crazy card and concept. That's a Fuvalos. Yeah, that's a Fuvalos. Whew, yeah, a good box. Yeah. I guess thanks if you're still watching. Shoutouts to my friend for getting that box. But yeah. Next up, funny enough, a question in German. I will try and remember to like answer, you know, your comment in German if it's okay. Because I'll do it in English for the video. Do you have a German channel, and what would be your second favorite archetype? I don't have a German channel. I specifically, as you can tell by the cards, and also as many of you have picked up from deck profiles, I am German. I'm going to, you know, straight up come out as German here on camera. I did make the specific decision to, you know, not make a German channel mainly for, you know, the range of it. If you're making videos in German, you're of course a bit more limited to who will find and watch your content than if you were doing it in English, which is one of the main things. Oh, Primate Imperial Dragon. That's so cool. Been testing with a bit of Primate lately. Yesterday with a friend with a very silly build, and yeah, might need a couple of those Primates. But yeah, no German channel from me, and my second favorite archetype. Picking the favorite is easy, but picking like a second favorite, because there's like, I love so many different archetypes. But I think by now it probably is B Trooper. It probably is B Trooper. Yeah, it's probably B Trooper. Like I like a lot of decks, and picking like a second is like a lot harder for me than like a number one. Um, like if I was, forced to make like a top 10 of my archetypes, I think you could probably just shoot me. That's like an easier outcome for me than try and rank like all of the decks that I find cool and interesting, because that's a huge part of like what keeps me this invested in Yu-Gi-Oh! All of like the unique archetypes with like different gameplay gimmicks and also gameplay mechanics that do make this just an absolutely incredible game. But yeah, it probably be B Trooper and no German channel as of now, but I don't think that's going to be the case anytime soon. Next up, we have Goku Black Zamasu asking what my opinion is on Sora Pierce from Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5. I am going to keep it an absolute stack. I have not watched a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime post 5Ds. And even pre 5Ds, I have not watched season 4 of GX. Which a lot of GX stands will probably go in the comments and be like, "Oh, you've missed the best part of GX." I'm sorry that your series took like 3 seasons to get good. 5D supremacy. But I couldn't tell you. So I know Sora is like Sora's like the small kid that plays Fluffle, I think. Funnily enough, I think he shares the name with Leo, I think, in the German dub. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to look that up. Which is sort of funny. But yeah, sadly couldn't tell you. The only bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime I've watched post 5Ds is season 1 of Reigns, which was very good. Might need to finish watching that. Reigns looked very, very good when I did, peek into that. Seemed very cool. Oh, Shockdrake Levice. That's cool. Been kind of looking to build sharks, so maybe one day. I'll sleeve this guy up because I like him. And because he's the cover card. I don't know why we're scrubbing a cover card with a super, but Power to Braver got a super print as well, so there's that. Sweepin' Bell, a name that I see a lot. Shoutouts to you. I do see your name a lot, and usually looking forward to your comments. Very, very active commenter. How, if at all, do you think the new Machine Link 1 factors into Morphtronics? I read like Clockwork Knight immediately, and I wasn't like impressed for it. I think Clockwork Knight has a lot of very good application in like every machine deck that runs Clockwork Knight that isn't Morphtronic. I think if you're a fan of Clockwork Knight and Morphtronic and that whole, Foolish Burial Goods Clockwork Knight package, you can definitely... Oh, an Arceolago. I'll be damned. You can and probably should look into this card, or like at least test with it, see how you like it. But I did some testing with it yesterday, and I wasn't really impressed. Or rather, my initial take of the card being like, okay, was kind of reinforced. It's a fine card. I think you can play it. It allows for some neat experimentation. But the problem is setting it up is like a lot harder in Morphtronic specifically than in like tip the camera in like other machine decks. Like for example, Cyber Dragon can just easily normal a core, add Cyberdark Realm. Cyberdark Realm brings you another Cyberdark on the board. Brings you a Cyberdark into the hand and then also allows you to normal it. You can then turn the core into a Clockwork Knight, send the Realm for, Clockwork Knight, activate the Clockwork Knight, trigger the Link 1 again, send the Cyberdark you normaled, and then summon back core, and you suddenly have a Chimera Tech Fortress live. This should, by the way, be a secret. Otherwise, I did get a bit robbed. I did get robbed. 1 secret box, but I think you can't complain about a 1 secret box when the 1 secret you pull is a Fuvalos. But at least I did get the 3 Armed Rebellions out of this, which was a card I missed when shopping for my B-Trooper stuff. But yeah, overall pretty crazy box, not gonna lie. So yeah, I don't think Clockwork Knight is as like crazy in Morphtronic specifically as it is in other machine decks. I think even, just regular Earth Machine um takes a lot better advantage of it, mainly because it also naturally plays a continuous spell, which I think is a big contributor to if this card is good in your deck or not. So that is kind of my take on it. I think you can test with it if you're already a fan of Clockwork Knight. Look into running like a gadget box or two in your Morphtronic deck, and maybe like another copy of Clockwork Knight, because it does go very nicely if you start running like multiple Clockwork Knights, because it easily cycles through those if you draw them, because you send a Clockwork Knight for another Clockwork Knight, and you can discard the Clockwork Knight for the Clockwork Knight you just sent to the graveyard, which is kind of cool. But oftentimes it will just grab you extension where you already have like gas, which is yeah, it's fine. Test with it. I'm not really impressed by it. And I think this might be the last one from Princess Mokuba 69. Nice. Have you read the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D's manga where Leo is a villain and where he got fat from an eating contest with Crow? That last part sounds very weird. First of all, I've not read the 5D's manga. I've not read any sort of Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga. I know like a baseline that like initially the twins are evil in the manga, but kind of why they are dragons in the manga are dark attribute. And know like a bit of like Leo's manga cards. Like Leo has like a continuous spell in the manga that turns all machines into Morphtronics, or like treats all machines as Morphtronics, I think. But no, not read the 5D's manga. And but it sounds wacky. It sounds wacky as fuck. So maybe I'll have to look into that one day. But yeah, with a box of Rage of the Abyss out of the way and a Fuvalos port, do not buy sealed product. But why? I'm like, I would never like advise anyone to buy, sealed Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster packs, but every time I open them, I get massively rewarded. Certified Konami employee moment or something, I don't know. But yeah, as mentioned at the start, if you made it this far, you probably, enjoy my content a bit. I would like to thank you guys very much for just everything. The whole journey has been amazing. I did kind of start this as like, not really like a joke, but just as something I, thought I'd be maybe doing for like a short while. It's like a, hobby over, the pandemic, to have something to do while I'm stuck at home. But yeah, 4 years in, and I'm almost 4 years in, I think. Am I 4 years in? Jeez, I think I'm 4 years in. And I'm still uploading videos. Mostly thanks to you guys just keeping up with it. It's absolutely impressive. Huge thanks to you all for that. And yeah, with all that out of the way, I will be seeing you guys again next time. But until then, goodbye.